Hi everybody, welcome to Mike's Classic Pinball. I am Mike. It's a lovely Tuesday and I wanted to share a quick video with you about the stepper units in our 1949 United Super Shuffle Alley. Stepper units can be one of the biggest pain in the butts in these games, and these ones especially were super caked. And there are a few different types in this game. There's step up, step down units, there's continuous units, and then there is the step-up reset unit, which in this case is the frame count. That's the one that we're going to be showing. And I'll show you some of the problems that we've run into with doing older stepper units like that and my best way to clean them. So let's check that out. Okay, everybody, so I wanted to give you a quick rundown on stepper units for some of these earlier games and show you how I clean them. Now, this one is, it's yucky. I mean, if you, yeah, it's really bad. I mean, they would grease these things up with some that really, I guess, couldn't be considered grease, more considered future concrete, but it's nasty. I've gone through the others and I've done them, but I wanted to do this one with you. Now, usually stepper units are mounted sideways so you can get it both sides. This way they're flush, which I initially, when I first ran into these, I thought it was going to be a bit of an annoyance. I use a nice long one because it's got some torque to it, but with these ones, there's actually a screw on the top and a screw on the bottom that's usually missing, like in this case, but I took this one out already, but there you go. Just take that little screw out. And then what you can do is you can actually get it both sides of it, which is kind of nice. Now, the first step that I do, and I do this multiple times throughout working on this, is I will take pictures. Now with a step up, step down, with this one, there's not usually a reset spot. Like this is the frame step up unit. So this kind of just continually circles and comes back down. There's not really a zero spot per se on this. But so what I'll do is I will just pick the spot where I'm currently at. And I'll just mark it kind of everywhere. And then I'll pick one of these. And I'll mark the position. Now, as a lot of you guys know, the finger octopus on there can only go either this way or this way. It can only sit on the spindle one of two ways. So I just make sure that I've got that down and I've got that sitting that way. That way when I do take it apart, I know which way to orient it. That way, you know, there's only one of two ways, and if you get it upside down, it's going to cause you all manner of hell, so you want to be careful with that. So now I've got it that way. Now I'm going to start to disassemble this thing. And now that I've got lots of pictures too, there's so much crap on here, it's absolutely ridiculous. The key on there. Spring one. Now normally I'd replace the springs, but I don't have any at the moment. Okay, so now we can take this one off. There's the long and the post on there. So now what I'll do is, for the time being, is I will put this in a bath of either alcohol or mean green. In this case, probably alcohol, to try and get all of that garbage off of there. Hold on. And I can just do that while I'm working on the rest of it. Now, with the tension spring, what you want to do, you want to keep it fairly well tensioned. So you'll undo it from the base there and then count the number of windings that are on there. So 1, 2, 3, 3 in this case. Straighten out the cotter pin. Put the spring there. Take this off. Now a lot of times, like on some of the other stepper units, this will actually be this way, and putting this out of the way. The easiest way to take care of that is to just take one screw out, loosen the other, and then you can push it out of the way. But in this case, it's horizontal, not vertical, so easy enough. Holy crap! There's a lot of gunk on there. Just let that soak for a few minutes while I do this. Now, next spot, I need to take this off. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get this around to where the post comes all the way back and locks itself. Okay, so that way, no, I had it right the first time. Oh, Lordy, that is gummed up. Okay, so then just loosen that just a little bit. You can take that off. Take those off. Now you've got the octopus. Now what I like to do is, you'll see there's a lot of crap and a lot of gunk on this, like there was on all of the others. What I like to do is take a slightly moist Scotch-Brite and just see how much better that is. And just take the garbage off of there, make sure that everything is nice and clean. Okay, so let that sit for a few. Now, next, take this bad boy out. Ugh. Holy Christ. There's just crap all over that. So I'm going to let that bathe for a minute too. And then what I'll do is, I actually have a long strip that I've cut of Scotch-Brite. Shove it in the hole. Shove it in the hole. And I'll floss it. Yuck. And then I'll take again just a little bit more stuff here. Yeah, nasty. Okay, and then I'll take again my alcoholic Scotch-Brite, go over the posts and get all of the grease off of there, get all of the old grime and crap off of there. Clean up the area a little bit. Just wipe down And then what I'll do is I will take that same, and I will do the plate. Now you'll notice it's pretty grungy, pretty bad. But if I go over it, alcohol and Scotch-Brite, all better, and clean all of the crap off of there. Now, where that's going to be sitting, or where the fingers are going to be sitting on the plate here, technically is actually still a metal-to-metal contact. So, what I will do, this is PBR grease, available from Pinball Resource, and this is exactly what this is designed for, is contact disc grease. This is a fantastic lubricant for all of your EM pinball needs, but remember, you only want to lubricate metal on metal, so I'll just put a dab on there and then rub it over with my fingers. You just need a very, very, very thin layer where there's going to be contact in order to let it ride better. And then what I will do is I will actually put a dab of the grease in the center hole and then on the posts where the metal rides as well. This is great lubricant. If I don't have this, I will usually use a Teflon lubricant. It used to be available from Radio Shack. Now it's pretty much just go on Amazon and see if you can find it. I'm dying. No, I'm not. I'm just lazy. Okay, so look at all the shit. Isn't that nasty? That's all the old grease, but now we've loosened it up. Okay, so go. A little bit of a clean down. Alright, so that should be miles better. Now, put this back in. So much better. Now, for the next spot, once that's back on, take our nice clean fingers. Gotta play with it a little bit, get it back on there. There we go. Yep. That orientation is correct. Yep. Sometimes with this, it likes to be temperamental. And you don't really want to cinch this all the way in the heck down. Just give it a light, but firm. See now, I couldn't even move before. Nice and flowy. So let's put the rest of it back together now. Okay, I got this all cleaned up. And of course, when you do that, always go back over it. Don't leave it wet. Dry it off. Now, I know I put a little bit of grease on there. I always put a dab around in the hole as well. Make sure that that's sitting in there properly. Get the other bit. I'm coming. Okay, so now when you're putting things back together, this is why I always say take pictures, because then if you ever have a question as to where anything particularly went, you'll know. Okay, but I have to remember on here it went not that way. This way, because the little circly bit went there, and then that on top of it. Okay, now we're in a spot where we can put this back on. Now, what I like to do, cotter key in, now, 1, 2, bring it all the way. Let me unwind again real quick here to get this back around to where it's supposed to be. Okay, so 1, 2. I know I had 3, but that wasn't enough. So I'm going to go for 4. And we'll just see if it over peppers it a little bit. Because you don't want to over tension your springs either, or else it's going to have really kind of the opposite effect of what you want. Now that's on there. Stick the little clip back on. Oh, hold on. Okay, so got that back on there. That's what I'll pick up. Smaller one here. Larger one, and this one's a little mucked up. I may, in fact, I'm going to, because I know that this one's a little stretched. What you can do is, if you don't do any more than about 3 or 4 on your spring here. I know this spring's really beat. So now, It'll be a little more tensioned. And there. And when you've got that, you can go through and look at where you misplaced and screwed everything up on here. But it appears that we have it correct. So, now last thing is on this one, have that little clip. Not hugely necessary, but it was there for a reason. So make sure it goes on over the spring to prevent it from coming away. Now, let's see. Look at that. Yep. Wouldn't even turn before. Then, of course, the other thing you're going to want to do is go through and make sure that your switches down here are matching up properly. I've done that on the others as well. And then, yeah, I think that is yep. Yeah, I think we got it. That is operating freely now, so I think that we have all four done. So that's how you deal with these older stepper units. I just figured I'd share that with you real quick since it's kind of a big part of this particular game. Okay, so I hope you guys got a little bit out of that. I hope that this will be of some use to you guys. The next steps we're going to take with the game in the next couple of videos is we're going to go through and do the reset bank, check all of the switches, and we're going to clean switches. There's a couple of the rollover lanes that I know are having problems. I'm going to show you my solution for that, considering this game is so old and some of these parts are not attainable. And then we'll start some diagnostic and some troubleshooting. But for now, that's how we do stepper units. I hope you guys got a little bit out of this. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And we will see you guys on the next video. Have a good day.